Testing your speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a great show. Testing your speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a great show.
This song is brought to you.
Perhaps from here. Oh, that was just about perhaps from here. There we go. Oh, that was just about okay. Perhaps from here. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get the audio set up. That was just for moving your iOS bar from the bottom of the screen up to the top of the screen because people were having issues with that. So at any rate, luckily just weren't sure what to do with it. So today we were going to cover how to go over how to set up location pages, what they're for, and why they are important for your phone sites. Not phone sites for your minute pages setup. I do. We got everything. I need them. Phone sites is my landing page template for virtually all of my landing pages. So I use that for landing pages and other assorted good stuff. But what we're going to do today is get ourselves here into the Minute Pages site, and you can, sure. Going to get logged in here and start sharing the screen. We're going to share the desktop, which should actually we'll share the where is this? We want that. Hit share. That'll expand it, and then over here we're going to share the page as well. And we're going to go through screen one, share, boom, there we go. Okay. So location pages, why they are important for Minute Pages sites and for your Minute Pages pages. That is, location pages basically are mini clones, if you want to look at them that way. They're miniature clones of your site, but they are specific to different towns. So if you using Maryland as an example, tons and tons of people will call Baltimore pretty much all of Maryland. They'll be like, oh, you live near Baltimore. Well, no, I live 45 minutes north of Baltimore, but people still associate it with the area. Now, locals, though, will know about the various little pockets within it. So if you look just around the Beltway in Baltimore, you've got downtown, you have Baltimore, then you can go into all the various little areas downtown. So you can have Canton, you can have Fed Hill, you can have there's just a whole slew of various names out there. People call White Marsh, Nottingham, Perry Hall, Parkville, Towson, all get called Baltimore. So the importance of location pages is having those city names embedded in your site. So if you are focusing on somewhere like Baltimore, you're going to want to have all the little townships or towns, cities, whatever you want to call them, that are all around that and considered that. You want those pages set up. So the way the Minute Pages sites are set up are that you can add on location pages for that. So when your posts go out and they say things like purchase a house in Baltimore, sell a home in Towson, sell a home in Parkville, Parkton, Freeland, Manchester, all the various areas that are around here, you want those to show up to help with your SEO rankings. And for somebody who types in, if you're like in another state, people might not necessarily say sell my trying to think of some larger areas out there. Somebody might not say sell my Miami house. They may have a specific area that they're looking for that is a subset within that large area. I know we run into the same thing in New York. People aren't going to say sell my New York home. They're going to say sell my Staten Island home, my Long Island home, my whatever it happens to be. But so location pages, though, are here right on the left-hand column. You can click on my location pages. It's going to bring you into the page where you can either get a single location page, you can get 5 location pages for $50, or 10 location pages for 100. And it is a one-time fee. It is not a multiple. It does not continue charging. It is a one-time fee, and it sets up all those sites so that when they're set up, it will include all those additional sites in your minute page platform. So, what's that? We do. It's basically when you buy those pages, they are set up automatically, but you do have to select the city names. So the pages themselves, and actually I need to set them up for my account anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. So it's one time. You pick the plan you want. 10 is going to cover me for what I need, and I'll hit proceed to checkout. I already have my card in there, so we'll just go ahead and hit make payment. And it's going to go ahead and process it through. And this will tell me basically at that point that everything is good, and I can go into launch my location pages. You can also go to view all orders, but I'm going to launch my location pages. And so I can pick how many I want. You can see up here on the top right hand side, it says 0 out of 10. Um, I am going to go ahead and we'll launch one just for now, just to do it. And I'm going to hit next. Yes, correct. So the business area that I want is going to be the city that I'm looking for. So in this case, I live in Freeland, so I'm just going to type Freeland, right? So it's Freeland, Maryland, and we're in Maryland, so ND for Maryland, and publish location page. That's all you have to do. Everything else is now going to be automatically done on the back end. So it's going to take a little bit of time for this to go ahead and cycle through and get posted out to your site. But essentially, what this is going to be is buy sell MD backslash Freeland. And it's going to say, basically, it'll be a clone saying, are you looking to sell your Freeland home? If you've got other sites, it's going to say, you're looking to sell your Parkton, Baltimore, Towson, whatever the name is. But the idea is to have that out there. So when somebody types in sell my blank home, you've got the whole area covered. So in my case, if I pull up, let's see, we're sharing this screen, so it should show the whole thing here. Let's see if I move this out of the way. Pop this open, make sure it shows over there. Yep, it does. Good. So looking at, whoops, maps.google. This is a good way for you to be able to go ahead and look up what cities. I mean, more likely than not, everyone knows where they are and what they've got. What their location pages are going to be. Um, Let me just type in Baltimore. And I'm using Baltimore because obviously we live here in Maryland, or I live here in Maryland. Obviously, everyone else does not necessarily live in Maryland. Come on now. Let's get that screen is running slow today. Let me just check back over while that's running. Make sure no one else has popped into the Zoom room while we've been on hold, because I can't see. Yep. Well, sometimes that's all that shows and everybody watches on a replay. So not a big deal. Okay. So as you can see here, this is probably a pretty decent example. So looking down here at the list, you've got Towson, you've got White Marsh, you've got Nottingham, you've got Randallstown off to the west, Milford Mill, Woodlawn, Catonsville, Ellicott City, all those various areas. So I want to own this entire little pocket, right? If I'm trying to own everything in here inside the Beltway without all my screens coming up here, there we go. What I would end up doing is cycling through here and saying, okay, I'm going to need to get Woodlawn, Pikesville, Towson, Parkville, Overly, Rosedale, Dundalk. Maybe I want Catonsville, Arbutus, Halethorpe. That would give me pages that literally ring the entire city. So anytime somebody types in sell my blank house, it's going to pick up and it's going to show in Google due to the SEO. That's what page is going to show up. Now, obviously, they're going to filter back in. If they click on anything, if they move into your site, they are going to cycle back over into your main page. So that's basically how you're capturing them by having all the pages with these various setups. So that is the key thing for the location pages is it gives you a whole ton of coverage over a large area without it just being one main site. So my site right now is buy sell MD for buysellmaryland.com. If I didn't have the location pages, which I'm getting set up now, I obviously just did that. Um, I would only cover, the SEO is going to take care of where I've got it set, which in my case was Baltimore County, Hartford County, and Carroll County. And that covers, it's a darn large swath covering all in here, basically. But I want to have it focused and hyper local. So I'm going to have a Parkton one. I'm going to have a Whitehall one. I'll have a Moncton one, Hampstead, Manchester. I'm going to cover this area up here. This is the area that I like to stay in and work in. So that is the area that I'm going to cover. Obviously, if you have a larger or smaller area, you can adjust it accordingly. As you can see on the site where we had the location pages, if you go back to adding more, you can put you can get a ton of pages if you want to grab every single city or town in a whole section of the state and own it. If it's 50 of them, so be it. You can grab that many. So we've got 20 location pages at $200. I don't know that anyone's going to need 20. That's going to cover a huge area. It's entirely possible, but that will completely make sure that you are the only person that gets seen when somebody types in "sell my blank city home." And that's why we have them set up that way. So as I said, the importance of it is that you've got multiple locations in multiple ways for people to type it in. Just like when somebody fat fingers and types something wrong, it lands on some places. That will, this will help with that. If you know that there's a particular town that everybody and their cousin types wrong, you can check it out in Google search. If you start typing in a town and you see the amount of searches show up with the wrong name, you can go ahead and set that name in. If you wanted to have that as a location page, if everyone spelled Baltimore without the T that's in there that nobody says, if they did it Baltimore, and it was Balmore, you could have that as a location page. Sell your Baltimore home. Most people are going to type it correctly, but a bunch don't, and you could tell that with a Google search. But for the most part, what you want is your city names to be there. This way you've got total coverage. So that's why we have those pages. They're super simple to set up. Like I said, once you set it up, you'll have a running count of how many are there, and you can launch new location pages as you go. I can go ahead and just hit launch for another one because I've got 9 more to put in. And I do know all the pages that I'm putting in. So you can see 1 of 10 because I just purchased 10 a few minutes ago. So I'm going to launch 1 more page. Now, obviously, if you have the whole list of names, you can go ahead and hit launch, 9 pages. In this case, I'll do 1 more because I know where it is. And it's going to be Parkton. And MD for Maryland. And the preview will actually kind of give you an idea. So sell your house fast in Parkton, Maryland. You could type out Maryland if you want, or MD, whichever one you want to do. And this is basically the location page post that is going to have it out, and it's going to give you the site name. It will hopefully generate pretty quickly, and I'll be able to show it to you. And I'm going to hit publish. And while I'm waiting for that one to come up, I'll show you what it looks like when you do multiples. So again, launch location page, and this time we'll do 2. And you can see it just brings up 2 pages. So we're going to have Whitehall, Maryland, and then I'm going to type in Manchester. Actually, I'm going to do Hampstead. Hampstead, MD, and publish page. That's how you just do 2. Now, it does take a little bit of time for everything to get generated, posted, linked into your account, and pushed out. Sorry. But they are done very quickly, obviously. So within a few minutes, these pages will automatically be linked to your site, and you'll be all set. And it will be buysellmd.com/Hampstead/Whitehall, Parkton, Freeland, or whatever your site name is and whatever your page name is. So super simple, which is how we try to keep everything easy to set up, easy to do, and anyone can do it. So what questions? What's that? was that question, Christine? Did I lose you? Still can't hear you if you're talking. It doesn't look like you're on mute, but let's see if I do the stop share. Looks like you hit mute, Christine. Or at least oh, maybe not. Oh, must have lost her. Okay. So that is what location pages are and why they are important to use. And it is so that you can dominate an area and have the most amount of coverage across a given area um, in the space that you are trying to own. You don't have to use location pages, but we do highly recommend it because it is cheap, it is easy, it's a one-time fee. Um, but then you'll have those pages out forever, so they will stay out there. They will continue to generate your business with evergreen content over the long term, and they do funnel people back into your site. So something to take a look at, and hopefully you find it helpful. We are working on and will very soon have another feature that will be coming out. We'll give you kind of the sneak peek of it now. Well, it's not sneak peek. Okay, I'm going to give you the sneak update of it. But essentially, we will be able to capture a block of the traffic that you have coming to your site that people that don't register. So if they don't register on your site, they visit the site, they look around, but they don't do anything. We should be able to catch about 30% or so. We're working to see what the stats are as we get the code loaded up on these pages to capture a bunch of that traffic and get the anonymous traffic that hits your site. So that will be coming up soon. We're working on that now. Christine, I see you're back. What question did you have before you got cut out? Yep, I can hear you. It's a city name. No. I'm not sure what you're asking because the location page is literally just based on someone looking to sell their property in a particular city. Yep. Correct. The only time that you're going to want to do other content, I mean, what you can do other content whenever you want, but the location page is literally just going to be if you're looking to sell property in X city name, so city slash state. But for things like if you've got something coming up if you've got a festival coming up in Miami Beach and you want to write a blog post about it, you can totally write a blog post and just post that out as a blog. Anyone that types in Miami Beach, and if you've put like Miami Beach Festival, whatever the festival happens to be, if it's a week, if it's a parade, if it's a Fourth of July, you can type in, you can literally do a blog post called Miami Beach Christmas Festival, and your site is going to show up just based on the Miami Beach portion of the program. And people will quite potentially find your blog post just because you're going to be on page one of Google. Um, Now you might have not exactly the people that you're looking for. If these people looking to go to a festival and they land on your page, they read your blog post. Well, maybe they're going to register, and maybe they will stay top of mind for you at that point. But you have people that land on it and read it, which is fine. It does give you more exposure, and they might share it, which gets you even more exposure. But that's not the kind of necessarily the people that you're looking for. You may want to, if you want to do something that is specific like that, um, you may want to do a bunch of blog posts based on maybe a neighborhood and the restaurants in a neighborhood. So you could have like a running blog on restaurants in Miami Beach, restaurants in Daytona Beach, restaurants in Fort Lauderdale, whatever the particular area happens to be. You could have a running blog like that, but that would be content that you'd have to come up with, which would be hyper local and written in whatever your style happens to be in terms of blog post. You can get a copywriter to write that stuff if you want. You can kind of go out there and cruise the web and get some ideas for content from other blog posts and use that. You can repurpose it, recycle it, change it up a bit, and post it out there. We do have MinutePages does give 5 free blog posts a month. Those ones are already made and you can schedule, but you can put your own blog up whenever you want. Today was about location pages, but I've got a couple minutes, so we can. What questions do you have? Yep. Okay. You can remove the logo. You can delete there's a placeholder one there. You can just delete that if you want. You can put a building in, you can put a building there if you want. You can go on Fiverr and have a logo made up. You could do a real quick. Yep. But in the short term, you can go ahead and just remove that placeholder image, and then let's see if I can screen share here. Let's go with the desktop. Here we go. We'll share that real fast, and we'll add that back to the stream. Oops. And there we go. All right, there we go. So if you want to um, you would click on customize business info. Let's see if this is going to bring me right back in. Yep, there we go. Okay, we're back in. So you can see I got the little buy sell ID logo is up there. It's going to take a second. It will cycle me right into, usually runs a little faster than this, but I've got StreamYard, Zoom, and some other things all. I got a whole slew of things running all at the same time here. Um, but you would go into your, let's see, oop, wrong one, not business details. Branding. It's under branding. So you would go to branding, and under the header, you can literally just hit remove, and you'll see it cycle out and just be gone, and then you would hit publish. So it says your company logo, but you can select that and remove it out uh, if you want to get rid of it, or you can go ahead and hit select image, go into your library, which yeah, in upload files, hit just drag and drop, hit select or whatever you like to upload. Uh, Click on it and choose image, and it will go ahead and cycle up. Just make sure when you're done making any changes that you hit publish. This way it pushes out. And then on the bottom, so when there's a header and a footer. So when you're taking care of company images and whatnot, make sure you go down to the footer as well. It's going to be all the way down here at the bottom page, but you want to obviously get rid of, if you don't have one up there, you don't want the one that says your company logo here. So you would get rid of it down there as well. And you can change the footer section here, this about section. You can change that as well. Just pop into here and change whatever you want, however you want to word it. We try to keep. Oh, I realize I've made a bunch of edits today. I've been in tinkering with a few changes. I need to put my address down in here or get rid of it. Also, something. Sure, yeah, and you can put whatever you want down there. That's pretty common that not everybody's going to want all that stuff in there. So, like business address, where we go address, we're just going to put Baltimore. That will go ahead and it'll populate right down in there. Hit publish, and then the fun one here would be your social media icons, where you can go ahead and whenever you add the icon, it's going to show up down here. So if you have a Twitter account, an Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, or YouTube, you can put them all in, and the social media icon, yeah, it'll get added right in there. So your partner logos on the bottom page here, you see this like better BBB accredited business. That's going to be in your partner logo section. I should get rid of that. I am not a better business bureau. I mean, technically, I guess I am, but I'm paying for it, so we don't have any kind of like accreditation through them. But if you, yeah, you can remove it and it'll take it right off the bottom line. Now, if you've got like a business accreditation for like NCR, NCRA, or if you've got some sort of various just different things that you want to put down here. Maybe you've got some kind of commercial designation or residential designation or whatever. You can add them all right down here and just go ahead and put the logo on there, and it'll drop it right in the bottom. So super easy to do. What's up, Sean? Just saw you hopped in. Did he get in? Hang tight. Oop. Well, let the stop share. Yep, there he is. So that is the the quick and dirty on the location pages, how to use them and why to use them. Just trying to pull up the screen over here to see if we got any other. Nope. So we got just the three of us in here for today. Sean, did you have any questions you wanted covered or need an answer for before we button it up? Not a problem. So we just you can watch the replay. Basically, we went over launching location pages, how you use them, and what they're for. And that was kind of the main topic for today. So we've got a whole other series of these all coming out. It's going to be around a variety of topics. We've got things like Google My Business page. We'll do a series on how to run Facebook ads, how to drive traffic to your MinutePages account aside from just the organic traffic. I know John's got a series on blog posts and how to take like a YouTube post and create a blog post out of it and repurpose all of that so you can post blogs to your MinutePage site just for additional traffic. And every Tuesday we'll be rolling those out with throughout the year. So we'll have tons of different topics. If you guys have anything specific that you want covered, just let us know. You can either send us an email to info@minutepages.com, or you can post on the Facebook page. And one of us will get that. You can also go to minutepages.com, and we do have intercom running on there. So if you send a message there in the bottom right hand corner, we'll ask if you're a customer or a client or not. You can put your info in there real quick, and then you can fire it over. You can push that over to us, and we will get it on a list for us to do. Or if we can't do it or it's not enough, time, then what we'll do is I have a tendency to shoot lots of instructional videos anyway. You've probably seen most of the ones on there. I'm usually wearing a shirt for consistency, we'll say. And I will we'll go ahead and record those and push them out onto the social pages so that people will have other content to go with off of. Doesn't have to always just be straight MinutePages stuff. Although obviously if we have more of that, we'll push it out. All right. Thanks for everybody joining. We're going to lock down the broadcast. Yeah, right now it's kind of ask questions. We're going to set up a Calendly option for clients to be able to hop on our calendars. I know John's running his team. I've got my team that I'm running up here. So we're usually it depends on what we have going on in terms of showings and whatnot. So we usually block off today. So Tuesdays from 3 to 4 Eastern is our time that's pretty much blocked off right now for this. And then it just depends on what we've got going on over the rest of the week.